Andy Souwer!
Andy Souwer, who has an uncanny ability of making the impossible possible. Would he pull it off here against Giorgio Petrosyan? The punishing paisano, Giorgio Petrosyan. Flawless. As Mike Kogan said, a computer, a chess player in the ring. He's the Kasparov of K-1 Max. He sees moves, 4, 5 moves before the opponent actually throws a technique. Third man in centering, the legendary Nobuaki Kakura. This, the final of the most coveted strap in all the world of fight sports. This, pound for pound, is where it's at. K-1 Max, 3 by 3 minute rounds. We've got 2 extra rounds in case of a draw. A win decided by KO, TKO, or judge's decision. A TKO results from 3 knockdowns in 1 round. Souwer looks ready, but how will that right eye hold up? A huge cut was opened up in that controversial decision win over Buakaw. The voice, Michael Chiavello, and Mike Kogan with you. The time for talk is over. Will it be Petrosyan's destiny in his debut year to win the K-1 Max crown? Or will Souwer make history and become the first ever triple K-1 Max champion? Good, a high left round kick from Petrosyan, the southpaw fighter. Souwer eats a jab, takes an inside thigh kick. Souwer hasn't thrown yet. Chance going up for Petrosyan. Fakes the inside thigh kick. There's Masato. He'll fight the winner of this one in his retirement fight at Dynamite on New Year's Eve. Good inside thigh kick again from Petrosyan. Souwer waiting. He's not taking our advice. He's not going hell for leather. He's sitting back and he's just allowing Petrosyan to score on him at the moment. He knows what Petrosyan is about. They went the distance in Milan earlier this year in a Muay Thai contest. It was Petrosyan who came up trumps. Again, you see some counter striking there with the left hand of Petrosyan. Good inside thigh kick from Andy Souwer. Petrosyan's hands are fast. They're hard.
I think at this point, Andy Souwer needs to realize that his strategy is not working because Petrosyan is basically almost like he's practicing and going, okay, this is going to work, this is not going to work, this is going to work, this is not going to work, which by the second round is going to become 10 times more accurate with 20 times the output of the first round, and the fight will be over.
Double jab from Petrosyan, outside leg kick to the back leg. Souwer goes to the lead leg. Souwer wants to throw that right hand. I know I've said it all night, but once again, it is the #1 weapon to use against a southpaw fighter. Oh, and he almost eats a left hand. Andy Souwer's got to drift off to his left and not go right. You go right, you walk into the left jackhammer of Petrosyan. You go left and you walk into that right hand as well. Souwer has nothing so far. Petrosyan doing everything right. Look how he bridges up and just guards against the round kick. Cuts off the ring, launches a rear leg round kick. Jab 2 from Petrosyan. It is just beautiful to watch. You just want to pop a bottle of Cristal, fill a flute full of that beautiful champagne, sit back and enjoy Giorgio Petrosyan. Mike, do you know a more aesthetically beautiful fighter to watch in any combat sport around the world? I don't.
No, I don't. And you know what? It would be a dream fight for him to fight Masato. Oh. Because Masato is aggressive and very aggressive with leg kicks. And he'll slug it out. And Souwer is not doing that right now. He's just sitting. I don't really know what he's doing.
Did you see that? Petrosyan at the end of the round, look, not even a droplet of sweat. He threw his arms up to his side and said, is that all you've got? Is that all you've got, Andy? Seriously? There's blood coming from Andy Souwer's nose now. And once again, a simply flawless round from Giorgio Petrosyan. There is not a chink in his armor, Mike. There is not a chink in the armor of the Italian.
No, there isn't. I mean, somebody one day is going to have to figure out how to beat this guy.
ridiculously here, 2 judges have given it a drawn round. Andy Souwer didn't throw anything, yet he gets a drawn round, and 1 judge gave it the way of Giorgio Petrosyan. There is some serious judge nut hugging on Andy Souwer here tonight.
You said it. I agree, though.
Second round, Petrosyan ahead on 1 judge's scorecard as we see the K-1 Max Hall of Fame previous champions. Inside thigh kick, high left round kick from Petrosyan. It's a right hand, best shot of the fight so far from Andy. Needed to turn through a little more though, did Souwer.
It's a little bit of a better game plan.
Front kick from Petrosyan.
Because I tell you what, if doing nothing in the first round gets you a tie round, then
yeah. Clubs up high here on Petrosyan. Skips forward, round kick off the back leg. It goes to the body, looking for the bread basket. In Italian, they call it the pane basket. Just bobbing and weaving there, Souwer. Throws the outside thigh kick as Petrosyan went to the inside lead thigh. Nice combination work, slick stuff from Petrosyan. And Kakura-san breaks them. 2 minutes remaining in the second round. The K-1 Max final, they touch glass. Nice kick to the liver. Blood again streaming out of the left nostril here of Andy Souwer. Nice counter left hand from Petrosyan. So sharp. Oh, he's got more combinations than a 4 corners pizza. Sticks out the left hand.
And it's not just his attacks that are super impressive. It's his evasiveness. He has yet to get hit.
I think Souwer has hit him cleanly with 1 right hand at the start of the round, and now Petrosyan tags him with that left hook that damaged Yamamoto. And Souwer's down, clutching at his liver. Where have you ever seen Andy Souwer like this? Blood streaming from his nose, streaming from that cut, and clutching his liver. Never, ever have I seen Souwer like this.
I swear, I just saw a look of shock on Masato's face, like, I gotta fight this dude on New Year's Eve.
You never see Masato looking a little bit concerned, but I caught it too, Mike. That little
you see that? His eyes were like, kind of like...
Because he's surely sitting there going, I actually can't find anything on Giorgio Petrosyan. I mean, if Souwer cannot find a weak spot on you, then you are seriously that damn good.
Yes.
Because Souwer exposes everyone he has ever fought. He has exposed Buakaw. He has exposed Masato. He has exposed everyone, but not Petrosyan. He didn't expose him in Milan. He hasn't exposed him here tonight.
Because there's nothing to expose, except now you got a more aggressive Petrosyan. You know, as he said, I'm going to turn up the tempo.
Petrosyan immediately going to the liver again. The right side of the carcass that has been totally banged up here on Andy Souwer. And look at the aggression of the Italian as he storms forward.
You know what? I retract my strategy. Aggression doesn't work against him either. It just makes him into more aggressive.
This is what happens when a succulent counter fighter, criticised by FEG as being not exciting enough, happens to step up with the power salvos. Souwer, just a mess here. Souwer says he's okay to go on. He doesn't want the doctors to stop this one. He wants to go out on his shield. It's a huge cut, but it's under the eye. It'll be okay. It's under the eye. If it was over the eye, this one would be finished.
Well, but also you have to see if he keeps taking repeated damage and, you know, half of his cheek starts getting ripped off. That's not really something we want to see either.
Petrosyan again going to that liver. Oh, balk left hand from the Italian. Inside thigh kick. Covers up against the high kick from Souwer. This is just beautiful to behold. You are seeing an in-ring genius. You are seeing sublime human perfection in fighting
but you know
form.
what? Props to Andy Souwer. He's trying to put up a fight. I mean, he really is. You know, but yet it is a little bit of a awkward sight to see, you know, somebody as dominant as Andy Souwer just being kind of desperately lunging forward and hoping that something will land and something will happen, because Petrosyan is just fighting a perfect fight. I mean, you couldn't have scripted any better.
There's nothing even to say on these replays. I mean, just see how effortlessly Petrosyan strings together the combinations. 10-8 on all three judges' scorecards. 2018, 2018, 2017. He is well ahead now, Petrosyan. And now it is time for him to put the proverbial icing on the cake. The icing on the cannoli. Petrosyan opens up strong. Jab to step up knee to that liver again.
Petrosyan wants to stop it. He doesn't want to win by a decision. He wants a TKO or a KO.
And he wants to KO Andy, it looks like, with a body shot. He wants to damage that liver.
Well, because the body shot is what dropped him for the 8 count. So
look at the angles that Petrosyan works so slickly, so deft you hardly see them. Leads in with that left hand and takes Andy down with ease. If it was a mixed martial arts fight, he would have gone straight into side control. Never have I seen Souwer bloodied up like this. Buakaw put the cut on him earlier on. Petrosyan has just ripped it further open.
I just watched one of the judges run up there to wipe down Petrosyan, and Petrosyan kind of looked at him like, no, I have nothing. I'm not even sweating, really.
Petrosyan hasn't put a hair out of place. They wipe down Souwer once again. They are not allowed to apply any Vaseline, no adrenaline. They can only wipe the cut during the round.
We have a section full of Armenian Japanese cheering for Petrosyan.
More so, I'd say Italian Japanese fans, because the Japanese really are Italian files, if you can say that.
He's saying if he starts bleeding any more than this, they're going to stop the fight.
Oh, beautiful catch and sweep. He's just humiliating Souwer now. Takes the lead leg out of range. Jab to a high left round kick. Petrosyan doing what he wants when he wants. Look at the evasion of Petrosyan. Souwer trying for the acrobatic stuff.
At this point, it just
something.
looks almost embarrassing.
That's what I said. He's embarrassing Andy now. He really is. Andy cannot touch him. And Petrosyan is touching him whenever he wants. I don't think, Mike, that I've ever seen, not even Buakaw in 2006, I don't think I've ever seen in a max final a fighter get so completely
so dominated,
handled.
yeah, as if this is like final 16 first round or something, you know, and we're trying to eliminate.
Not even that, Mike. You know, I really hate to say, because I'm such a big fan of Andy as well, as I am Petrosyan, but again, Petrosyan has made it look like a glorified sparring session. You figure this is how hard he goes in the gym.
Yeah.
Nothing getting through here for Souwer. Look at the counter off the left hand again.
I mean, he's fighting a complete uphill battle, but he does, you know, he won't give up. I mean, his heart is definitely, you know, gigantic.
You cannot not be enjoying this, folks. What you are seeing on your television right now is a fighter only 23 years old on a 22-fight winning streak. And he pulls off a spinning hook kick with 5 seconds to go. You are seeing a fighter at the peak of his powers. You're about to see the crowning of a new K-1 Max World Champion. the first ever Italian and Armenian K-1 Max World Champion. The Lamborghini of K-1 Max. The sheer perfection, the sheer aesthetic brilliance that is Giorgio Petrosyan. Mikey, that's all I've got to say. I cannot say any more about Petrosyan. Can I just get a pounded fist, brother? Because I said it at the start of the year. I said this guy was going to walk into K1, thank you, pound it. I said he was going to dominate K1 on his debut year, and he walked through everyone. He carved through them all like a hot knife through lasagna.
Literally. Yes, I mean, you know, you've said everything there is to say about Petrosyan. I think we get ready to see history and the first Italian kickboxer crowned.
Fratelli d'Italia, the Italian national anthem will be singing loudly tonight. Giorgio Petrosyan is the K-1 Max champion of the world. And you've got to wonder what is going through Masato's mind.
I don't know, but his expression looked more like, yeah, maybe I'll fight somebody else.
When have you ever seen Andy Souwer dominated, handled?
Never. I mean, that's
like
the point.
That?
Never. I've never seen it like this. But you know what? Masato has a lot more aggressive style. Masato, when hit and when knocked down, comes back 100 times stronger. So I'm actually looking very forward to that fight. I think that's going to be one of the most exciting K1 fights you'll see.
It will, Mike, but you know what the problem's going to be for Masato? He commits himself so much to those aggressive combinations against a counter fighter of the speed of Petrosyan, exactly,
well, which is good,
open.
Because it's Masato's retirement fight, so in Japanese tradition, he's supposed to lose anyway. So maybe that's what Masato is thinking. Oh, thank God Petrosyan won. Now I can lose and retire.
I am just so proud right now of Giorgio Petrosyan. Followed his career since he started in 2003. He went 21 fights straight without a loss. Entered K1 for the first time early this year. And he dominated. First knocking out Giorgio Askarov. Then after Giorgio Askarov, it just kept going. Dominated. Shellacked Albert Kraus. Knocked out Yamamoto. Handled and tooled Andy Souwer in a way we have never seen in a K1 Max final, let alone even a K1 heavyweight final. I've never seen an opponent